All hell is breaking loose across the country, but nowhere is it hitting harder than in Minneapolis, where the Hennepin County Medical Examiner just dropped a bombshell: the shooting death of Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old ICU nurse gunned down by Border Patrol agents, has officially been ruled a homicide. Yeah, you heard that right. This ain't some accident or split-second mishap gone wrong. The report lays it out cold: multiple gunshot wounds inflicted by law enforcement, straight-up homicide. Folks are furious, demanding prosecutions yesterday because these agents should have been cuffed and booked the second they pulled the trigger on an unarmed protester in broad daylight. No more excuses, no more hiding behind badges. This is straight-up accountability time for what looks like cold-blooded murder in the streets. The outrage ain't letting up one bit in the Twin Cities. Protests are raging day and night, with crowds packing the streets, chanting loud and clear that immigrants are welcome here and that nobody's going to put up with this ICE and Border Patrol overreach. The tone on the ground is raw, unfiltered anger. No cooling off, no backing down. Independent journalists and citizen watchdogs are out there documenting every move, capturing the chaos as federal agents swarm neighborhoods, parks, and even sacred spots like churches. It's not just Minneapolis. This heavy-handed tactics crap is popping off nationwide, from LA to St. Paul suburbs, with families getting torn apart, kids yanked from parents, and communities living in constant fear of the next raid. Take what went down in Powderhorn Park just in the last couple days. Pure mayhem. Federal agents rolled in hot, chasing folks through the snow, tackling them hard, pinning them face down in the freezing slush till they couldn't breathe. People were screaming "stop" over and over, calling out the agents as cowards hiding behind their gear, shoving and suffocating anyone in sight. No de-escalation, no warnings, just straight aggression, like they're on some power trip proving a point. Witnesses say the agents were mocking bystanders, especially women filming the whole thing, hurling insults and misgendering them on purpose, then slamming car doors into observers and flipping the bird as they peeled out. One woman got hit hard with the door, all while trying to hold them accountable under the First Amendment. These guys act like the rules don't apply, threatening arrests for simply recording public law enforcement ops, barking orders like "quit following our vehicle," even though citizens have every right to film from a distance without interfering. It's the same ugly playbook everywhere you look. Head a little south to White Bear Lake in the St. Paul suburbs, February 1st. Agents swoop in on a dad in his car, separate him from his baby, still strapped in the car seat. Heart-wrenching stuff. They haul the father out, toss him in the van, and leave the infant behind like it's no big deal. Families watching from the sidewalks were losing their minds, wondering if the kid was safe or if the agents were straight up taking the child too. No compassion, no consideration for the trauma they're inflicting on little ones who don't understand why dad's vanishing. Then there's the gut punch incident at North Hills United Methodist Church in the San Fernando Valley, right in LA's backyard. Last Thursday, during a simple food distribution event, folks handing out meals to the hungry, doing God's work basically, masked federal agents barge onto church grounds, guns drawn, chasing down a beloved community member named Carlos Chavez. He's a taco vendor, father of 3, just helping out, and boom, they're sprinting after him across the parking lot. Church leaders say it terrified everyone there, especially the kids and families waiting for food. Chavez gets tackled and cuffed, dragged away while volunteers scream he's a good guy, asking why this is happening on holy ground. Religious folks from all over held a press conference calling it out as straight trauma, violating the sanctity of a place meant for charity and healing. How do you justify storming a church feeding the starving to snatch one guy? And don't get me started on the downtown LA anti-ICE protest where a pregnant woman took a less lethal round straight to the stomach. Crowds were gathered, voices raised against the raids, when agents or police, reports pin it on Border Patrol or LAPD, start firing projectiles. She's standing there, clearly expecting, and bam, hit hard in the belly. People around her freak out, yelling she's pregnant, she's losing the baby, rushing to cover her, waving flags for protection. It's chaos, pure panic, with witnesses saying the force was way over the top for a peaceful observation turning heated. That kind of recklessness puts lives at risk, unborn kids included. Talk about crossing every line. Protests are firing back everywhere with raw energy. In Minneapolis, crowds marched with signs blasting Governor Kristi Noem, chanting unfiltered fury right at her policies fueling this mess. Elsewhere, the messages are crystal. Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here, and say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE. It's defiant, united, folks from all walks linking arms against what feels like an occupation in their own neighborhoods. Even routine traffic stops are turning into nightmares. One couple gets pulled over just for glancing at agents. Turns out they're U.S. citizens, passports and IDs ready. Agents demand keys, claim the car's not registered, and the driver's name means trouble, even though borrowing a friend's ride ain't a crime. They're grilling like it's suspicious activity, all because the couple stared hard. ICE ain't even supposed to handle traffic enforcement. That's local turf. But here they are, overstepping, trying to justify a stop that reeks of profiling. The real insider scoop comes from immigration attorneys on the front lines outside detention centers like the Whipple building in Minneapolis. One veteran lawyer laid it bare: total chaos inside, detainees cut off from counsel, no phone calls, families clueless where loved ones vanished to. Most get shipped to remote hellholes like Camp East Montana or El Paso, places where people have died, conditions brutal. Habeas petitions granted, but officials can't find the person. Detainees released without phones, cash confiscated, never returned, IDs and work permits gone. Months to replace that stuff, leaving folks stranded. It's lawlessness on steroids. No due process, ethics out the window. The attorney called out how agents operate with zero moral compass, fueled by hatred, no accountability even after killings. She referenced past shootings where agents shrugged it off, slinging slurs at victims. Federal judges in Minnesota are pushing back hard, like Judge Schultz slamming the administration for violating orders left and right, nearly 100 in 1 month alone. The rule of law is hanging by a thread, but these judges ain't backing down. Shockingly, even some MAGA Republicans are sounding alarms. South Florida Congressman Carlos Jimenez went public saying the administration needed a course correction ages ago. Focus on real criminals, gang members, active deportees, not longtime residents, grandmas, or folks caught in neighborhood sweeps. He warned it's a mistake haunting them politically, that they should have self-corrected instead of forcing Democrats to step in. That's a GOP insider admitting the strategy's backfiring big time. On the flip side, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro in D.C. dropped a wild threat. Bring a gun into the district, licensed or not, and you're going straight to jail, no questions. She doubled down, saying it sends a message about accountability, but critics, especially Second Amendment folks, are torching it as hypocritical overreach, especially from a Trump ally who'd usually rail against gun grabs. Non-resident permits exist for a reason, but Pirro's line ignores that, sparking backlash over eroding rights in the name of control. This whole storm traces back to ramped-up immigration ops under the second Trump term, Operation Metro Surge hitting Minneapolis hard, thousands arrested, but at what cost? 2 fatal shootings in weeks. Renee Good earlier in January, then Alex Priddy. Protests exploded nationwide, from Portland to Texas, with reports of warrantless detentions, citizen mix-ups, aggressive clashes, body cams just mandated for agents in the area, but trust is shattered. Priddy's case is the flashpoint. Videos show agents pinning him down, spraying irritants, then shots ring out while he's restrained, contradicting official defensive claims. He was protesting Good's killing, a nurse saving lives by day, standing up for justice by night. His death-ruled homicide means someone else's actions caused it, period. Now DOJ's probing civil rights angles, but folks want murder charges. Communities are traumatized, refugees reliving escape horrors, kids witnessing raids, churches violated. 8 deaths linked to ICE encounters already in 2026. Public polls shifting. Even Fox viewers saying enforcement's gone too aggressive. Electoral warning shots in red districts flipping blue over this. It's a boiling point, man. Raw defiance meeting unchecked power. People ain't staying silent. They're filming, marching, demanding the madness stops. From snow-choked parks to sun-baked church lots, the message is the same. This ain't law and order. It's terror in the streets. And until real change hits, prosecutions, reforms, pulling back the overreach, hell's gonna keep breaking loose. The broader picture screams systemic breakdown. Attorneys quitting over ethics clashes, prosecutors bailing from Minnesota's U.S. Attorney Office in droves, frustrated with handling these shootings. Judges preserving evidence against DHS wishes, calling out rushed judgments from officials like Secretary Noam. It's not isolated screw-ups. It's a pattern of defiance against courts, Constitution, basic humanity. In LA, that pregnant woman hit, reports say rubber bullet or pepper ball to the gut, highlights escalation dangers. Protesters observing, next thing crowds screaming for medics as she doubles over. Similar vibes in Portland, non-fatal shootings. Nationwide, families ripped midday, dads vanished from car seats with babies crying. Church raid on Chavez, interrupted charity, chased through parking lot, traumatized volunteers. Religious leaders denouncing it as desecration. Traffic stop on citizens, pure intimidation, demanding keys over a glance, bogus claims about registration. Attorneys' words echo loudest. Illegal on every level, hatred driving it, no accountability. Agents protected post-killing, slurs flying. Gimenez's warning, political haunt coming, focus wrong targets. Piro's gun stance, irony thick, threatening lawful carriers while preaching 2A elsewhere. Pretty's homicide ruling lights the fuse. Nurse, protester, restrained then shot. Videos contradict feds. Protests swell. Chants thunder. This ain't fading. It's America's reckoning with enforcement run amok. Trauma deep, resistance fierce. Until justice rolls for Pretty, Good Chavez families, pregnant victims, separated kids, the fight rages on, raw and real.